So we have divided the nerves on the basis of the function and on the basis of origin, right? So we have divided the nerves into the basis of origin. In that we have the spinal nerves. सो द स्पाइनल नर्व्स, जैसे मैंने आपको डिस्कशन की कि वी हैव सर्वाइकल, थोरेसिक, लंबर, सैक्रल, कॉक्सीजियल, ठीक है. देन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ ओरिजिन ऑफ द नर्व्स वी हैव डिवाइडेड द नर्व्स इनटू स्पाइनल एंड क्रेनियल. सो स्पाइनल में कौन सी आ जाती हैं? स्पाइनल नर्व्स में आपके पास वो नर्व्स आ जाती हैं जो ब्रेन से ओरिजिनेट होती हैं. There are how many pair of cranial nerves in human body? So we have 12 pair of cranial nerves which is passing from the foramen magnum of the skull. ठीक है, occipital region में we have the foramen, a type of a hole which is called the foramen magnum. When we see it in the skeleton of the human beings, there is a rounded foramen magnum from which the cranial nerves arises, and these are sensory cranial nerves, motor cranial nerves and mixed cranial nerves. We have 12 pair of cranial nerves, right? 12 pair of cranial nerves, it means 24. There are divided they are divided into basically on the basis of their functions. They have divided them: sensory, motor and mixed. Sensory में आपके पास आ जाती है olfactory nerve, optic nerve and vestibulocochlear nerve, ठीक है. And these are the sensory nerves and they are included in sensory cranial nerves. So we have how many pair of sensory cranial nerves? That is 3 pair, okay. Inside your book there is a mistake: motor cranial nerves. They haven't include the trochlear nerve, that is the 4th cranial nerve. You have to add the trochlear in your book, as it is mentioned that there are 5 pairs but actually there are 6 pairs. We have included the trochlea in case of motor cranial nerves, right? So in case of motor cranial nerves we have oculomotor, trigeminal, abducent, accessory, hypoglossal and trochlear, ठीक है. Then we have the mixed cranial nerves. The mixed cranial nerves are those nerves that are sensory as well as motor in nature. Here I have added trochlear, but it is not mentioned in that region. It should be mentioned in the motor nerves, cranial nerves. We have facial, glossopharyngeal, vagus and trigeminal. These are the nerves that are mixed in origin, that is both sensory and motor. Then we have the somatic nervous system. The somatic nervous system is that part of the nervous system which is the division of peripheral nervous system. It is the part of peripheral nervous system and it is responsible for carrying the sensory and motor informations between the central nervous system and the voluntary parts. Voluntary parts that include the skeletal muscles. We have exception in case of somatic nervous system, and that exception is involuntary reactions to the external stimuli, and we have reflex action in that exception. ठीक है, so that is reflex action of the skeletal muscles. I hope this topic is clear to you all. It is very easy. We have discussed the nervous coordination in detail. हमने बहुत डिटेल में 1 2 3 हफ्ते इसको दिए और बहुत डिटेल में हमने स्टडी किया. अब जस्ट ये है कि आपके पास सिंपैथेटिक पैरासिम्पैथेटिक की डिटेल और आपने समझनी है. बाकी सब कुछ क्लियर है. नर्व्स क्या हैं, ट्रैक्स क्या हैं, यू शुड बी